Hello friends and family, and welcome to my channel. My name is Magnus and this is Green Machine Sweden. Today I'm going to work on this itoigawa juniper pre-bonsai. The history is I got it one season, last summer I got it. It was a nice informal upright tree. But I thought that the first branch was way too heavy, so I wanted to change it to a cascading, small cascading tree. And I actually found this perfect pot for it. And I just chucked the pot it came with into it. So today we're gonna repot it. We're gonna take the first wire off. We're gonna take the new wires and try to build some basic structure for the future. Let's dig into it. So let's look a little bit about the basic structure. Here we have the first cascading branch that was wired last year. Here we have the big scar where I cut it initially to create taper, a new movement for the tree. So what we're going to do today is, after repotting, we're gonna look into how we can put some basic structure into this one. However, the first task, as I said, is to repot it properly into the new pot. I have a few different tools. I will take all of them out and see which one is best for the task. So let's take it out of the pot. It seems like there's quite a lot of healthy roots, and these white tips on the roots is signaling that it has started to grow for the season. So we are at the late side to do any repotting. Last time I did the big cut on the tree here. I did cut them up into several cuttings, and while I haven't been very successful with taking juniper cuttings, it seems like the itoigawa juniper is a lot easier, or I just did something more right this time, because I think I had 12 and lost one, so more than 90% success, which I'm not really used to. I'm gonna turn it around and tease the roots from the back to see what we have. So it seems like the tree have quite a nice substrate. It looks like pumice and compost, I think. Many new trees you buy have this what do you call, cocoa fiber thing in it, and I don't really like it. It doesn't work that good in my climate. So Itoigawa is a region in Japan, and they found this more for variety of the juniper growing on a hillside there, which had very small needles and suit itself very good for bonsai. There has been a hype about it where they were very expensive, but nowadays they are a lot easier to find at a reasonable price. Really nice tree. This one has been developed in Japan, the initial development, and imported to a wholesaler in Netherlands, and from that it has made its way to my local bonsai shop, and yeah, I was quite happy to find it. It's the variety I have been looking forward to try for a long time. So I have been cleaning out the roots totally, and if it was a shallow pot tree, I would go in here and take everything growing downwards, but in this case we're building a cascade. We want a root ball that extend down to the pot, and I'm looking at the thickness of the trunk. It seems like it's thickening a little way down below what was the initial soil level. So I think I want to put it a little bit shallower, a little bit more up of the soil, and this root really looks far too heavy and far too high up. If I get rid of it, I get more of a thick trunk, so I'm gonna take it off like this. Let's see anything more growing too high. I think actually I can keep that one. Here, I don't know if you can see it, there's another one behind the wire. Yeah, I need to go in and clean it up after I have removed the wire. Yeah, I'm not totally sure about this one. It's coming a little bit too high as well. I'm gonna take this one. And now we have freed up this root base, this trunk base, I would say, that makes the tree looks a little bit more mature. And yeah, it wasn't that much of a pruning. The rest of it I will just leave to fill up that high cascade pot. Just gonna, yeah, sort it out a little bit, but yeah, most of it is already sorted. Yeah, let's pot it up. So I have prepared the pot with a screen in the bottom to keep the soil from pouring out of the pot. I have my it's a mix of everything. It's reused soil. I just keep all my soil, I sift it, and I add a little bit more of the organic part that I have sifted away, and in this case a little bit extra molar clay for moist retention. The thing is that when you water a very granular substrate in a high pot like this, everything ends up here in the bottom. So the more moist holding substrate, the higher you will have the water, and the better situation for the tree. So let's fill it up with some substrate. I do tie most of my trees into the pot, but in a situation like this, with a so high pot, I don't know if it makes any difference really. And I put my cascading branch, the side of the tree with the cascading branch, I put a little bit closer to the edge of the pot, so I can create a very dramatically nice movement on that branch. So mistakes happen, and I'm a little bit too fast here. It would have made sense to remove the wire before putting it into the pot, since yeah, it's not too good anchored in the pot at the moment. So, but yeah, it's possible to do now. So let's see what we have here. If the branch stays where it should, and check for how bad of a wire scar I have created. It seems like not that much actually, and in the end, in a few years, it just makes the trunk look older. Someone would probably ask me, if you buy a tree that is already styled, why is the first thing you do to restyle it? But to be honest, I had 5 trees to choose from, and yeah, I just saw the potential for a cascading tree, and that was the reason I bought it. It's like, yeah, nothing is sacred. It's you create what you want, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, bonsai trees can have yeah, several styles during their life, and it's just so fun to find potential to restyle and yeah, just make it all the way to the goal, and the goal is so far away, and just enjoying the development over time to create something that is unique and yeah, my own creation rather than someone else's. Yeah, I think it's good now. Gonna add the last substrate, and we're into styling. I will use the same wire as I just removed. Just straighten it out before I use it, and that'll be fine. And really, the saving money on aluminum makes it possible to spend more money on what really matters, great trees and nice pots. So let's see how much I will destroy with the potting and the potting angle. I see that there is a small scar from last wire. So basically what I want to do is to cross it so I don't get into the same place and make it even worse. So that would mean, let's see, putting it in this direction. Crossing the wire scar. Going past first branch here at a 45-degree angle, and I realized that the wire was a little bit short, but yeah, most important is still the lower part, since I think that the upper part will be removed in the future, creating tapering. The next step is to wire the cascading branch to the first branch and place it into the position I want to keep it for the future. So following the other wire and just anchor it 2 or 3 laps around the cascading branch. That's enough. So the first defining branch. Now I do want to save a lot of that small growth for the future, so here I need to be very delicate in my work, trying to get in between them. Yeah, I have this idea that I try to follow, that as long as the tree is not in the refinement stage, it makes sense to keep all the options open, even though that sometimes it doesn't look its absolutely best after the styling. So I'm gonna end this wiring by putting it above the tree like this. We are looking at the front somewhere here. It's not easy for me to see when I'm not looking into the camera. We want the first branch to be slightly down, coming up and to the front. And this is where we're gonna cut last year's growth, because it's totally far too long like this. I think that's a good start. And the main trunk, this is a good position, I think. We're gonna take it a little bit more and back on itself. And then I see I need to add one more branch here for the third or second branch, depending how you count. But yeah, I will do that and come back to you. So that's about it. I'm gonna clean it up here for you for the final view. So let's look at the basic structure for this tree now. We have the cascading branch, which I obviously want to grow a lot longer down the pot. We have the second branch. It will need to come in a little bit, but that's refinement going forward. And we have a nice movement into the canopy of the tree. And we take a spin. This is what I mean by keeping options open. I think one of these two needs to go away and one needs to be kept, but I just spend a year or two before I take that decision. And third branch over here. This is probably one that will go to the back in the future, and we still have a lot of potential new leaders if I want to do that in the future. And we are back to the front, which is not so bad considering it's a tree in early development phase. So now I'm looking forward for a growth season and just trim it back a little bit to promote back budding and get the branches to get a little bit more dense. So if you want to see the future of this tree, please subscribe to my channel. That's all I have for you today, folks. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, stay safe. Bye!